Hi everyone, welcome back to the video. So in this video we are going to understand about the difference between union and union all in our query. Okay, so this is what we are going to first explore. What is the difference between union and the union all? So let's go to our pictorial representation and understand from there. So these two circles are basically representing as a table, okay, and the highlighted portion is our result, the result that we are going to find out after entering the query. That will be where we will be using union. Okay, so union means when you are trying to find out unique values from these two tables are basically considered as the union. Okay, so this is what union is. But union all means that it will combine you all the data. Okay, so it will combine all the data that you have inside table 1 as well as table 2, both the data. Okay, whereas union just combine the result of two or more select statement, whatever we are using, only the distinct values are basically calculated in the union statement. Okay, so let's see in the SSMS how we can write the queries for these things. So let me just put a query as select all from db1 and db2. So we are going to use these two tables. Okay, for union, let me just put for union select all from db2. Okay, so this will be my query that I will be using for union. How will you verify now that this is the correct query that I'm mentioning and we are getting the correct result? So let's do one thing, let's add the select function in it, okay, as an inner query. So I will write, this is my inner query, this entire thing. Now I will write an outer query for that. Okay, so I will put the inner query in brackets. Okay, I'm going to put the inner query in brackets. Okay, so this is my inner query. First of all, I'm just going to write now to calculate the count of these things, whatever data that we are getting, right? We need to get the count of it, the union, and then the count of the union all, so that you will be understanding that easily. Okay, so this is our query that we need to mention. Just a second, select all, count of all from this. Yeah, now this query is correct. So this will give me the count of exact data that we will be getting, which is 1165864. Okay, count of these as let's mention the name of the column here, and the same thing that I will be pushing for union all. Okay, union all. And it will be, I will be mentioning here as union all. So let's run both the queries now at the same time. So you can see the difference between them, union and union all. So there is a lot of difference, almost double the size of tables. So this is what union and union all difference means about. Okay, so this was about union and union all. Now we are going to understand about what is group by. Okay, now we have come up to a level where we can explore a medium level of sequels. So these are basically the medium level of sequels that we are covering. The beginnings were already covered, right? So we will be now covering about group by. So before going to group by, let me show you the data and what we are expecting in order to get group bys, why group bys are used. Okay, so this is my entire data. Group by is actually used to group the elements. Okay, group the elements in order to fetch the results in a much faster way. This is used for calculation purposes. Okay, like let's suppose I'm taking an example that I need to get an information about how many types of invoice numbers are present, right? So I will be using what in order to get the number of invoices, the unique invoices. I will use the distinct function of SQL, right? But if I want to get the count of stock codes, like how many stock codes were purchased on single invoice, like you can see we have multiple invoices, but we have multiple stock codes present for it, multiple products are there, but we have just single invoice present, right? So I want to get a count of the invoices, like in one single invoice, how many number of or how many count of stock codes are present. So for doing that, I will be required to use group by. Okay, so I will be writing the query as select all from db1, or I will be just pulling two data, that is invoice, right, and I need the count of stock codes, right? So I will be mentioning the count of stock code and invoice from db1 group by. And how we are going to group by? So we are going to group by invoices. So the number of invoices or one single invoice can contain how many number of stock codes that we are going to fetch. Okay, so we are going to write as group by invoices. Okay, let's run this query. Now you can see that this invoice number has total of 22 products in it. This product, this one is having 58 out of it. And if we want to order them, so that we can get the information that which invoice is having maximum number of stock codes. So I can do what? I can use order by, and then I can mention the name of the column. So let's mention this as, let's rename this as count stock code. Okay, then order by count stock code. Let's run this query. Let me just break it and I will explain you once again. Group by and order by. Okay, so first we have done what? We have just inserted the same simple statement, select these columns from db1 where just count the stock codes. Okay, and then I have mentioned that group these items on basis of invoices. Okay, once these items are grouped by invoices, we are doing what? We are generating orders in it. Okay, so let's run this query. Okay, now you can see okay, this is ordered by ascending order, right? If we want to do the sorting in the term of descending, we'll just mention it as descending. By default, if you remember, we are doing it in ascending order. The SQL functions are basically doing that in ascending order, and if you want to do it in descending order, you just need to mention this in your query. Okay, so this will give you that let's suppose this is a business operation that you are doing, business intelligence operation, where you need to find out that which invoice is having maximum number of stock codes or maximum number of products. So this is the invoice number where every data is present of different stock codes, that is 2228 types of stock codes. Okay, yeah, so this was all about group bys and union all. We'll learn about these inner queries also in detail, so that we'll have an idea of it. So I'm going to cover that along with the joins as well very soon. Okay, thank you so much and see you in the next video.